Some games announce themselves loudly. They flash, they spin, they celebrate. Crash games do none of that. They are quiet, minimal, almost innocent. A number appears on the screen. It starts at 1, and then it begins to rise. Slowly at first, then faster. And somewhere in that rise, everything ends. Millions of people around the world watch that number every day. On their phones, on betting terminals, in rooms lit only by screens. They are all waiting for the same moment. The moment to click. The moment to escape. But what most of them don't know is that the ending was decided before the game even began. This is the true story of Crash games, not the advertising version. Not the version told by betting platforms, but the version written in math, psychology, and silence. Crash games did not begin as entertainment. They began as a solution. In the early days of online gambling, trust was a problem. Players didn't trust digital casinos. Casinos didn't trust players, and regulators struggled to keep up. Then cryptocurrency entered the picture. Bitcoin gambling platforms needed something new, something fast, something transparent, something that looked fair. And that's where the idea was born. Instead of hiding outcomes behind spinning reels or shuffled cards, developers created a game where the result could be expressed as a single number. A multiplier, 1.00, 1.5, 2.3, 10, 50, 100. The higher it went, the more you won. But at any moment, it could stop. They called it a crash. At first glance, crash games feel different from traditional gambling. There's no randomness you can see, no spinning wheels, no bouncing balls, just a line climbing upward. And that simplicity creates something powerful. Control, or at least the feeling of control. Players believe the game rewards timing, judgment, discipline. They believe the difference between winning and losing is one decision made at the right moment. But here is the truth that changes everything. In a crash game, the crash point is not decided while the multiplier is rising. It is decided before the round even starts. Before you place your bet, before the animation begins, before you touch the cash out button, the system already knows exactly where the game will end. 1.01, 1.27, 3.4, 112. The rising number is not discovering its future. It is revealing a past decision. You are not racing the game. You are reacting to something that has already happened. This is where the phrase provably fair enters the story. Crash games often advertise themselves as provably fair, and technically, that claim is true. Provably fair means the outcome wasn't changed mid-game. It means the algorithm followed its rules. It means the math can be verified. But provably fair does not mean favorable. A perfectly fair coin can still ruin you if the rules require you to lose slightly more often than you win. And crash games are built with a house edge. Always that edge might look small, 1%, 2%, 5%. Small enough to ignore, large enough to guarantee profit over time, not through big dramatic losses, but through repetition, quiet, consistent, unavoidable. Then there are the big multipliers, the ones everyone talks about, the 100x, the 500x, the 1000x. They appear just often enough to keep hope alive. They create screenshots, stories, legends. But for every massive multiplier, there are dozens of low crashes, 1.01, 1.03, 1.1. Those rounds don't get shared. They don't get celebrated. They simply drain accounts. Slowly, most players never realize how much they've lost, because each loss feels small, temporary, recoverable. Crash games don't just use math, they use the human mind. They are designed around near misses. You cash out at 1.9x, it crashes at 2.0x. Your brain doesn't register failure. It registers almost, and almost is dangerous. Almost tells you that you were close, that you were right, that next time you'll get it, so you play again. The rounds are fast, there's no pause, no reflection, just another number rising. Eventually, every player starts looking for patterns. They watch previous crashes, they track streaks, they invent systems. After 3 low crashes, a high one must come. This game hasn't hit big in a while. It's due, but crash games don't have memory. Each round is independent, cold, mathematical. The game does not care what happened before, and no strategy can change probability. Some strategies delay loss, some make it feel slower, none eliminate it. Time is the only opponent, and time always wins. So why don't people stop? Because crash games don't punish you immediately. They reward you just enough. A small win here, another there. Enough to convince you that you're capable, enough to keep you engaged, enough to make quitting feel like giving up. And slowly, without realizing it, the game becomes familiar, comforting, a routine. For casinos, crash games are perfect. They require minimal graphics, minimal computation, minimal oversight. They run fast, they scale easily, they generate constant betting. They don't rely on one player losing big. They rely on many players losing small amounts. Over time, that is the business model. Are crash game scams? Legally, no. They do what they claim to do, but they are not honest either. They tell you how the game works, without telling you how it is designed. They sell hope without context, control without power, choice without influence. In the end, a crash game doesn't crash because of bad luck. It crashes because it was built to. Every round, every rise, every fall, calculated, certain. The only variable is how long you stay. And when you finally walk away, the game doesn't react. It doesn't remember you. It simply waits for the next player. The number starts at 1, and it begins to rise.